It's Friday, October 5th, and time for your Barbados Today evening news update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. The family of 70-year-old Victor Dawson was plunged into mourning after he reportedly drowned at a beach in Fitz Village, St. James, this morning. The deceased, a Barbadian who is here from Mount Vernon, New York, for a family reunion, went for his usual morning swim when tragedy struck. Lawmen at the scene said his body was removed from the water just after 7:50 a.m. His son, Keith Odell, told Barbados Today he found out about his father's death over the phone.
I got a phone call that my dad drowned. So I was on my way to work, so I came back and he came down here and they see him there.
And he came to the beach before?
He stay at the beach house down there.
Oh, he's not from
He's from here.
Live here?
Yeah, he's from New York. He born here, but he's a return. He's come 24 all the time.
When he came?
Tuesday morning.
And he was scheduled to leave when?
The 19th.
Of October?
Yeah. I only see this morning because he's supposed to come tonight. But I see no that date.
So you were going to visit him later
Yeah.
on?
Work, I won't come down here, so I say I would have come down here from tonight and stay with Daddy, but that's why I come in for you.
Andre Omar Jackman, also known as Lord Evil, has been remanded to prison along with 2 other men on firearm and endangering life charges. It is alleged that the 40-year-old Jackman of Stroud Bay, Crowd Hill, St. Lucie, used a firearm without a valid license. He is also accused of 2 counts of endangering life, as well as inciting Shane Babb and Tyrone Moore to engage in conduct that endangered life. Jackman is also jointly charged with 32-year-old Kyron Sylvian Moore of Stroud Bay, St. Lucie, and 32-year-old Shane Hakim Omar Babb of Ellis Road, Crabhill, St. Lucie, with 2 counts of use of a firearm without a valid license, 2 counts of wounding with intent, and 1 count of criminal damage. The men were not required to plead to the indictable charges, which allegedly occurred in Crabhill, St. Lucie on September 30th, when they appeared before Holton Magistrate Wanda Blair today. They were remanded to HMP Dodds until November 2nd. The Barbados government says it intends to dismantle its foreign exchange controls with a view to bringing in billions of dollars in new foreign currency. The plan, which has received the thumbs up from the International Monetary Fund, was revealed this morning by Special Economic Advisor to the government, Professor Avinash Prasad, during an online panel discussion on the topic, "What does an IMF program mean for Barbados?"
We, in the long run, wish to move to a world where we can remove our exchange controls.
Okay.
But we know that that requires us to make sure our competitiveness is right, and that our reserves have sufficient buffers for the kind of shocks that small countries face. And so let me end by pointing out that one of the benefits of the IMF backing of BERT, of Juan Carlos's backing with the IDB and with the CDB, is that we're probably going to end up with $500 million of new foreign currency coming from the official sector. So in Barbados dollars, our reserves go from around 400 today to around $1.4 billion. And if that helps to catalyze new investments, then, and we're heading towards the $2 billion mark, we will feel more comfortable about further relaxations of our exchange controls.
As government races against time to fix remaining South Coast sewage problems, Secretary General of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, Hugh Riley, is urging authorities to do whatever is humanly possible to remedy the problem. He told Barbados Today the organization supports any effort to address infrastructural problems in the region. He, however, cautioned that infrastructural development must be accompanied by the continuous improvement of human capital if destinations are to be successful.
Which I think is the point that Jack Silvera is working towards. She was trying to suggest that if we pool our resources, we are going to give ourselves the best possible chance to really make some impact out there in the world. We have a responsibility to do all of those things and keep pushing our public sector and our private sector to get the resources together to do the best job that we possibly can. Only then, Marlon, will we be able to fill those planes and fill those ships with people who are making the industry profitable for us. And the more profitable we become, the more foreign exchange gets injected into our economies, the less there will be deficits and deficiencies in infrastructure or human capital development or any other area that you might point to. So while there may be some defects of kinds across the region, we have the potential to use this tool.
Students at the Cayville campus of the University of the West Indies took a stand against gender-based violence as part of activities celebrating Unity Week. As they marched around the campus, the students pointed out that gender-based violence was not domestic violence against women, but included rape, sexual harassment, trafficking of women, and homophobia. Student Anisha Jill Ford, who delivered a speech on behalf of the Institute of Gender Development Studies, cautioned that violence will continue to thrive once it is tolerated.
Gender-based violence endures because it is often normalized and taken for granted as culture. It endures because it is socially and structurally supported. It endures because many of the acts which constitute violence go unnoticed and unacknowledged. It endures because reports of violence are often reduced to exercises in victim blaming. It endures because the statistic that 1 in 3 women will experience some form of gender-based violence in her lifetime is not widely met with outrage. That figure means that well over 1 billion women are survivors or victims of gender-based violence.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now in Trinidad and Tobago, as Petrotrin employees today joined the Oilfield Workers Trade Union's mother of all matches against the company's plans to retrench its workforce, the company began distributing termination letters. In an internal memo issued by the company's executive director, it said the interim executive transition team had decided to accelerate the distribution of termination letters. The move comes 3 days before the industrial court is scheduled to receive the union's application of an injunction to halt the retrenchment exercise. It also comes as Parliament debates the 2019 national budget.
It's the president of the organization, Mr. Meng Hongwei, a 64-year-old Chinese citizen who is also the deputy minister for public safety back in China. In any case, his wife says that she last heard from him about 10 days ago, and she went to French police yesterday. The agency says it's up to French police and Chinese authorities to find Mr. Meng, and they say they're investigating. But the Chinese, who are on a public holiday right now, have not said anything. So the agency now has a mystery of its own to solve, a mystery that's a lot closer to home.
And that report from the CNN brings us to the end of our evening news update. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.